Hey, it's Friday. Welcome to another episode of the I'm in the iPad closet confessional. I guess we're going to call this one today. And yeah, so traditionally, this would have been the last day of school for me for December, but because of the way that the district calendar is running, I actually don't get out of school until next Thursday, and then I have Friday off. I'm okay with that actually, and this has been a very trying semester in the sense that there's been just a lot going on and lots of things just happening. As you probably know if you've been watching over the last few months, is that not only did I have to go through a whole semester at Cal State Long Beach, which I have a final on Saturday and one last final on Tuesday, so I'm almost done. I had to change jobs. 7 weeks into a school year at one school organization and then move over to another district. So I had to change jobs while I was in the middle of my master's program. And then a bunch of other stuff happening it's been a hard balance, but I've gotten through it and made it to December. I'm two finals away from finishing, my semester, and then I'm going to be good. I'll have a good month off to just chill and catch up on other things in my life and everything like that. And I am looking forward to vacation. One of the nice things about my vacation now working in the school district is that when school is closed, I don't have to be at school. I don't have to work through school. I can do what I want. I can go do the side jobs and the other activities that I've been wanting to do for the last few months. I get to chill. I don't have to go back. An issue stemming back to last year, around this time, it was like around this time in December when, things at my prior site started going downhill. And I'm very fortunate now that, none of these things that, I mentioned before won't be repeated at this place. And it's refreshing. Other things though that do happen though is, random iPad breakages. This was an interesting one. This was if you've ever seen an iPad that damaged before, that's just screwed up. I really wish that Hey Anna, how you doing? I'm talking to you from the iPad storage closet here at my school site. It's pretty dry right now and I don't have any students, so I figured I could just pop in a little bit on a Facebook Live and say hi to everyone because I don't get to. But yeah, holiday plans, I'm looking forward to next Friday. I get to go on a little bit of a fishing trip, so I got to drug myself up with, anti-seasickness remedies. So I got to figure that one out. And there'll be a lot of videotaping. So one of the big things is if you're on Facebook a lot or, just wanted to check on what's going on, I'm going to be traveling. You're getting snow right now. Oh dear. I don't know what that is. I will say this though, not making fun of the fact that there's still portions of Southern California that are on fire. The Thomas Fire is still only 30% contained at this point, and we've already lost a firefighter in the line of duty because of this insane fire. It's 80 degrees outside here in Fullerton, California, here in December, and at one point when I was riding home from work. We're literally yes Eugene, you're lit. And Anna, my friend Anna here, who is chiming in from Pennsylvania, it has to be it's something I don't miss. Spending time my 5 years in Columbus and Cleveland and those parts of Ohio, and having to worry about whether how long my motorcycle was going to stay in the garage. Those are experiences that I'm grateful for having, but experiences that I'm good with keeping in the back of my mind now. And I will say, with this particular job, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but where I work in Fullerton, I am about anywhere from 30 to 35 miles away from my house. At any given time, depending on which school site, because I work at two, depending on which school site I work at. And so for me, it is completely, I depend on my motorcycle to keep myself sane. I need my motorcycle to travel to work every day, because if I didn't, I will be sitting in traffic horribly. And as you know, it is California. Motorcycles can pretty much zip in between traffic. So usually a commute for me from my house to Fullerton is anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes instead of the 55 to 60 minutes that it could take in a car to get to my school sites in the morning every day. So I rely on my motorcycle, and really, frankly, other than, the opportunities that this place offered, my motorcycle is the main reason why I was even motivated to apply for this job in Fullerton. So it was a huge thing. Hi, Eugene. How you doing? Just to answer your question, how Eleanor is, she is doing great. She's actually hanging out outside waiting for 2 o'clock to come around so that I can get, ride over to the district office and drop off some stuff and call it a day. And the good news is that Eleanor just hit the 198,000 mile mark on the ride to work today, which means that I am less than 2,000 miles away from hitting 200,000 miles on Eleanor's odometer, which is something that has been almost 11 years in the making, and I'm really excited about it. I promised my mechanics over at Pacific Yamaha that, once she hits the 200,000 mile mark, that I am buying pizza for the entire service department. They are less than 2,000 miles away from me sending her in for a valve adjustment and a complete just valve redo. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her, but it's a preventative maintenance, and a lot of pizza. And because my mechanic Robert really, really likes Dr. Pepper, I will make sure he gets hooked up with all the Dr. Pepper in the world because it is Robert. So yes, nice question. And Eugene is Robert's going to be taking care of Eleanor, and Eleanor is just fine. I will celebrate to that. I'm keeping track of the mileage countdown. If you ever go on my website, twowheeltaurus.net, there's a whole section all about Eleanor, and occasionally I will update the mileage counter on her. So when she hits the big 200, I will let you know. It's going to be a big deal because, any vehicle that I've ever owned, I have never made any vehicle hit 200,000 miles. But the part that I think is the most impressive about Eleanor hitting 200,000 miles is the fact that I have owned her the entire time. I have seen her tick mile number 1 on her odometer. I mean, Eleanor has been mine from the very beginning, and so to see starting at 1 and making it all the way to 200,000 for the most part under my own power, it's a really cool feeling to have, and I'm very glad for that. So it's been good. Yeah, finals, I'm looking forward to the end of finals. If you've been watching, I usually complain about this one particular class I have on Saturdays, and it'll all be over by the end of this Saturday with a take-home final that I'm waiting to be issued out at 5 p.m. And if it's anything like the class I took with the same dipshit professor that I took with last semester, it shouldn't be too bad of a problem. Yes, you have. I still remember when you were one of my students, and Eleanor was brand new and didn't have as many scratches on her as she does now. But yes, you guys have watched her over the years, and it's been good. So I'm glad to have that you guys have been part of the adventure, and she's still putting along and defying all the odds and just being what she is. And I'm glad to have that motorcycle in my life. It's been a wonderful ride so far. So it's been good. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where I am. Like I said, Friday's another Friday. That take-home final, I'm just waiting for it to be released. Tonight, if you are local people, I'm going to be in the, how can I reach these kids? I will say this, Eugene, it's not a matter of how can I reach these kids. It's like, how can I get this professor to update his curriculum so it's actually relevant to today's society? That'd be great. I have to admit, though, there were a few times where I, in my final my final report paper that focused on one of my, on the final project I was working on for this really dumb class, that I was just making, jabs at the fact that everything that I was implementing that I worked on in that class was already obsolete. So I really did make some polite jabs at that. Oh, Susan, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I was seeing on Facebook that you were able to get yourself to PT without having to do your thing and have to, you're actually able to drive yourself. So I hope that you're healing up and that you'll be on a motorcycle soon again because, you could always come to Santa Monica if you wanted to. I'm here. Oh, speaking of Santa Monica, if you are in the area of Santa Monica, I will be in the Santa Monica area tonight. I am filming Santa Monica High School's varsity basketball against Palisades. So I'm going to be at the high school. The game starts at 7, so I'm probably going to be in the gym by about 6:30 or so, setting up camera and all that, and I'm probably going to be there until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So if you are in the Santa Monica area and you want to hang afterwards, I'm taking Eleanor because it's Santa Monica and the 10 sucks. So, I'm in the area. So yeah, and then I have to process video and then take a final. So yeah. Going into the Christmas break, I have no real intention of leaving town. So if anyone is in the mood of hanging out and I know that one of my side projects, in addition to some of the stuff that I do for my summer camp, that preparations that I do during the winter break, it looks like I'm going to be following around Santa Monica High School as their official videographer for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And so one of the tournaments that they're going to be sending me to is out in Laverne. So it's going to be out in the, I believe it's the San Fernando Valley, about 10 miles away from Walnut. So I'm going to be up in that area for a bit, following around Santa Monica High School and filming all of their basketball games. And of course, the times and dates, the dates are fixed, but the times are going to depend on how well they do in the tournament, whether or not they win or lose, which is always a crapshoot. But videography is still going strong. Things are good, and I'm just enjoying my time now, just being able to, do Facebook Lives like this, but not because I'm hiding, but just because it's really so slow outside that I had a substitute teacher come up, ask me for the guest Wi-Fi password so that she could check her mail, because our cell phone reception is really horrible in this building because it's so old. I mean, everything I'm doing here right now, I'm running off the Wi-Fi. There's no cell phone service in here, and any phone calls I have to make have to be done using this because I have to use Google Hangouts and my Google Voice phone number to be able to make any calls out without having to use a landline. It's kind of annoying. That's probably one of the caveats of working in one of the buildings that I'm at. But really, I mean, these are just technical issues that you can always work around. It doesn't have to do with people. It doesn't have to do with attitudes. It just did do that. Am I coming to the '09 reunion at LASGS? I never received an official invite for it, to be honest, Eugene, and it would be a bit difficult for me to be able to attend because of the time and the people that are still there. So it was a little bit of a weird time toward my end, and I'm probably going to pass on that. But that's what social media is for. If you ever have any questions, you wanna meet up for lunch, you can always hit me up. So the answer to that is probably not. It was, let's just say, the last few months at my time there was quite awkward, and the only other time that it felt any more awkward working at a school were the last few months at my last place before I came to Fullerton. So I'm not a big fan of repeating those kind of memories, but you can always hit up Miss M. I'm all up in here, and you know where I hang out online. So yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Yeah. So, in addition to that, too, is if you're just hanging out during the winter break, and if there's anything that you'd like to do, I'm always looking out for some airsoft games. Hockey, I'm done for the year scheduled, but of course, I'm always on call. Like I said, as long as it fits, I will do. You have so many screenplays you want to. I would be totally open to that. Oh, by the way, Eugene, I actually have a friend, and we were going fishing on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, to chill between my finals. But she has a master's in film and television and in writing, in screenwriting. So, if that's something you're totally serious about, I got a friend. So, and I like reading stuff. So we can check it out and see what you got, But yeah, I'm very grateful that I do have, past students who still hit me up, especially even it's been over 10 years. It's really nice to hear from them. A lot of them have gone on to do very successful things, raise some really pretty children, just have some fun. It's ooh, congratulations, Eugene. I like to hear this kind of stuff, but I'm very grateful that I've had many former students, even just to chime in, say hi, or just ask a question about something. It's the power of social media, and it's really cool. And like I said, I'm really glad that I could still be out there and doing something. Even if it's something small like, how did you make those brownies so creamy, the ones that you used to serve in advisory? The secret's olive oil. Just saying. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving in about, I don't know, about an hour or so, maybe less than that. And, it's just the ride home and things. But, I know that my time with Facebook Live, isn't as frequent as it used to be. I used to be almost like clockwork. Like every day at like between 12 and 12:30, I would be rocking one of these. But it's funny. It's kind of like it's really hard to continue doing stuff like this when there's really nothing to complain about. And oh gosh, which book did I give you? Was it Writers Inc. or was it? Oh gosh, I don't even remember which book I gave you for graduation. Was it Writers Inc.? Oh my goodness. Well, that's cool. Yeah, but I know that my frequencies have kind of, I don't do as many of these because, like I said, I'm in a place where nobody cares if you play Christmas songs. Direct to Talk. Oh, yes, that book. But I will say that it's hard to complain when you're in a place where they don't care if you play Christmas songs at your desk. They don't care that you put up garland. There isn't a really absurd email about you have to keep everything winter based and you can't have anything that has to do with Christmas or other religious holidays. When I'm over at my other school, the elementary school, it's like, oh, here's how we solve the problem. We just talk about all the holidays at the same time. Well, gee, that works. Walking in yesterday, with the library, and I decided to read a story about a gingerbread man at Christmas. Nobody had a problem with that. And also, with us acknowledging that yesterday was the third night of Hanukkah, or the third day of Hanukkah, it's kind of like, there is a way of being able to be accommodating without having to be sterile. So it's nice. Oh, by the way, too, other fun little things. So it's December 14th right now, and my last day at my last job was September 22nd. And I will say this because it's pretty hilarious, but it's December 14th, and I still have access to my Alliance email account, and I'm still receiving emails from Alliance. There has never been a request to from HR to delete my account, so I'm still receiving Alliance emails. I just find that kind of funny, especially because I'm still on the distribution list for technology assistance, so I can actually see like what other fires are being, are still, alive at the multiple schools, and things that I don't miss about my last position. So yeah, I know that I was taken off the distribution list for the school I was at, but I haven't been taken off of Alliance at all. I'm going to see how long it's going to take because it's really easy for me to remember my my start date, because my official start date for Fullerton was September 25th of this year, which means my 3-month anniversary is Christmas Day. And it seems very fitting that it had to be Christmas Day because if I had to say one of the best gifts that I've received this year has been definitely this position at Fullerton. So I don't mind at all. It's been good so far, and I just hope that the people here continue to be as nice as they are. I had a wonderful conversation with one of the cafeteria ladies today about Uber driving. It was really, really random, and people are really chill about like just wanting to converse with you. It's a nice change of pace from what I'm used to. We know that we have a job to do, but there's no need for the negativity. There's no need for the drama. And yes, I still have 4 days left of work, but I am not going to be getting to Thursday afternoon on my hands and knees trying to reach for the finish line, and that is a very comforting thing to know that that's not my issue anymore. So, anyway, with that being said, I think I've been in this closet long enough, and my coworker's like, "Are you done with your recording yet?" Because maybe some students showed up or something like that. But with that being said, I'm going to sign off. No, I have not seen Star Wars yet. I hope to be able to. I'm not as crazy on spoiler alert issues and things like that, but I am looking forward to watching it. I'm hoping to watch it within the first couple of weeks. Maybe that might be my reward after I finish my last final on Tuesday. So, with that being said, don't tell me anything, okay? I don't even want to read the reviews. I'm not a Star Wars fanatic, but, there is a magic to those movies regardless if you're a fan or not, so just leave it alone, okay? I will talk to you all later. Be good, be kind, rewind. Keep your hands off of each other's throats. And like I said, if you need anything, poke me on Facebook. I think I might be able to help. I'll talk to y'all later.